Good evening and welcome.
You got it muted.
Oh, excuse me. Good evening and welcome to the July the 22nd, 2014 meeting of the Gaston County Board of Commissioners. My name is Joe Carpenter and I serve as Vice Chair of the Board as well as Commissioner from the Crowders Mountain Township. I'd like to welcome our viewers and thank Time Warner Cable and AT&T for making this possible for our citizens to view at home. For our television audience, I would like to present to you your Gaston County Commissioners, beginning on my far right with Alan Fraley.
Alan Fraley, Cherryville Township.
Good evening, Chad Brown, Riverbend Township.
Good evening, Mickey Price, South Point Township.
Good evening, Jason Williams, Gastonia Township.
Hello, Tom Kigger, Gastonia Township.
Okay, I will have an invocation today, and after which I'd ask you to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance led by Commissioner Price. But this is a prayer for our nation, and it was by Thomas Jefferson. And if you will, just pray with me. Almighty God, who has given us this good land for our heritage, we humbly beseech Thee that we may always prove ourselves people mindful of Thy favor and glad to do Thy will. Bless our land with honorable ministry, sound learning, pure manners. Save us from violence, discord, and confusion, from pride and arrogance, and from every evil way. Defend our liberties and fashion into one united people the multitude brought hither out of many kindred and tongues. Endow with Thy spirit of wisdom those whom in Thy name we entrust the authority of government, that there may be justice and peace at home, and that through obedience to Thy law we may show forth Thy praise among the nations of the earth. In time of prosperity, fill our hearts with thankfulness, and in days of trouble, suffer not our trust in Thee to fail. All of which we ask through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen.
If you would stand, please.
Would you join me in the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United
States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Our first order of business is a proclamation of commendation by Commissioner Williams.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Dakota, if you want to join me up here, and your family or whoever wants to come. Frankie, are you sure you're not coming up here?
Thanks, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate that.
All right. Whereas Mr. Dakota Johnson, an East Carolina University alumnus and 2014 incoming student at the Brody School of Medicine, was awarded the Fullerton Medical School Scholarship by the South Carolina-based Fullerton Foundation. And whereas the $100,000 scholarship is available to students enrolling in medical school in either North or South Carolina. Dakota was selected as one of only 3 recipients based on his academic standing, undergraduate research, experience, extensive community service, and early exposure to the medical field. And whereas Dakota was an early assurance scholar in medicine and graduated summa cum laude with a Bachelor of Science in Biology and a minor in Business Administration, during his time at ECU, he was a member of the Honors College and a recipient of the East Carolina Scholars Award, the most prestigious undergraduate academic scholarship offered by the university. He was also a member of Phi Kappa Phi National Honor Society and Phi Eta Sigma National Honor Society, and whereas the Gastonia native and Highland School of Technology graduate has received many other awards, such as the Outstanding Biology Senior Award, the ECU Research and Creative Achievement Award, and the River Study Abroad Scholarship. He was also a member of the ECU Chancellor's List and was named the United States Air Force Youth of the Year in 2010. Where he was nationally recognized and honored in a ceremony at the Pentagon. He was also a member of the inaugural Air Force Teen Council, a group of 10 young people handpicked from all around the globe, responsible for initiating Air Force-wide initiatives and programs. And whereas Dakota is an avid participant in the community and has volunteered with organizations such as the Eastern North Carolina Food Bank, the Greenville Boys and Girls Club, he's also volunteered for 5 years at Camp Sertoma, a 6-week summer camp for mentally disabled children and adults in Dallas, North Carolina. And whereas Dakota has been involved in various organizations and leadership positions, he was an officer in the Health Occupation Students of America Club and was a research assistant at the Brody School of Medicine. He held a leadership internship at Angels in Camo, a nonprofit organization that sends children with life-threatening illnesses and disabilities on hunting and fishing trips. He also participated in a study abroad biology research program in Panama. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Gaston County Board of Commissioners recognizes and applauds Mr. Dakota Johnson upon receiving the prestigious Fullerton Medical School Scholarship. The Commission further commends him for his academic dedication, his compassion for others, and for his exceptional community involvement and volunteerism. Dakota, wow. Pretty impressive, my friend.
Thank you.
Very much. I'll give this to you. Got anything you want to say?
Yes, sir. I just have a brief statement I'd like to say. First and foremost, I'd like to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Without him, none of this would be possible. Next, I would like to thank the entire Board of Commissioners, and specifically Jason Williams. This is truly an honor and something that I really appreciate. And lastly, I'd like to thank my family for all of their love and support and for being with me throughout these years. No matter where I go or what I do, Gaston County will always be my home, and it will always have a special place in my heart. It makes me proud that I can make you all proud and bring some positive publicity to Gaston County. And I hope that there's more to come. So I really thank you very much.
Thank you, Dakota, and good luck in pursuing your career.
Jason said he'll be your first guinea pig when you need to dissect them.
That's really impressive.
Okay, next I need to accept a motion to go into closed session to hear a right-of-way closing, but before we go into closed session, let me read the, oh God, yeah, public hearing. Okay, all those in favor? Thank you, it passes. Citizens wishing to make comments will be recognized by the chair and then requested to step to the microphone for their comments. Citizens will state their name and address for the record. Comments will be limited to 3 minutes. Questions shall be directed to the chair for response, and the chair shall rule on all points of order during the hearing. We are now in public hearing, and this has to do with a road closing, and I will ask our county attorney, Chuck Moore, to provide us with information.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The county's received a petition to close an unimproved right-of-way that's known as Joy Street, located near the 5300 block of Lewis Road. Staff's reviewed it and found no objections to it. It has been advertised for this public hearing as required by statute. I don't believe that we have any comments from the public prior to the meeting, and the petitioner, or one of the petitioners, Mr. Lowe, is present to take any questions that the board may have after public comment.
Okay. Is there any citizen wishing to comment on this road closure? Right-of-way closure, I think it is. Any questions or comments from commissioners? I will say that I go past this about every day. It's out my way, and it's right beside the, I believe, Seventh Adventist Church. I've viewed that, and it's it just never has been open, so I didn't see any problems with it. Okay, hearing no comments, I need to get a motion to close this right away. Motion by Price and second by Fraley. Any other questions? All those in favor say aye. No, excuse me, I'm in the wrong meeting. Thank you. Opposed? Okay. This is all in this closed session. Did I hear a motion to? This is not a closed session. It's a public hearing. Excuse me. All those in favor say, no. Raise your hand. I'm used to a meeting where we do it by voice. Excuse me. Hadn't done this in a while. Okay. Next is our agenda. Is there any action, any anybody wishing to pull or add any agenda items? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda as presented. Commissioner Price and Commissioner Brown, second. Okay, all those in favor of approving the agenda? Opposed? That's unanimous. Okay, we have some minutes to approve at a special meeting of June the 10th, a regular meeting of June the 24th, a closed session on 24th, and another on the 24th, and those are the general statute reasons presented. Have a motion by Chad Brown, second by Commissioner Kieger. All those in favor? Thank you. At this time, we have citizen recognition. Do we have any citizens signed up? We don't have any. Okay. Is anybody that wanted to speak to the board that didn't get signed up? Okay. Thank you. Next, we have the consent agenda. I'll accept a motion at this time to approve the consent agenda. Commissioner Fraley, motion, and Brown, second. All those in favor? Okay, you guys are moving fast. Non-consent, we didn't have any. We didn't have any pulled. We didn't have any added. We are down to appointments. Commissioner Fraley, you have appointment.
I got one tonight, Mr. Carter, Mildred Dale to the Library Board of Trustees.
I'll second that. All those in favor? Thank you. Commissioner Brown?
Not at this time, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Price?
Yes, I have a application from Gene Weaver to the Juvenile Crime Prevention Council. I'd like to reappoint Randy Graham to the Sarah Local Planning Committee and reappoint Ken Lemon to the Sarah Local Planning Committee. That's all.
Second by Commissioner Kieger. All those in favor? Thank you. Mr. Williams?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I've got several. I'll make them all at one time. Reappoint Mr. David Neen to the Health and Human Services Board, the Industrial Facilities and Pollution Control Financing Authority, Jonathan Fletcher, Juvenile Crime Prevention Council, the Business Community, Christy Ewing, Nursing Home Community Advisory Committee, Jonathan Fletcher, Transportation Advisory Board, Terry Sanford, Travel and Tourism Advisory Board, Amy Ballard, and let's see, one for Commissioner Philbeck to the Juvenile Crime Prevention Council for the nonprofit agency Mahisha Edwards.
Have a second by Commissioner Brown. All those in favor? Thank you. They're approved. Commissioner Kieger.
Mr. Jeff Howe is going to reappoint to the Board of Adjustments, and Ann Kraft has applied, and I will appoint her to the Nursing Home Community Advisory Committee.
Second by...
Nope. Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. Velda Robinson. Ann's going off. Okay. Velda Robinson and Jeff Howe.
Okay. And that, did you second that? Mr. Brown, Commissioner Brown seconded. All those in favor? Okay. Well, I have a couple, one appointment to the Adult Care Community Advisory Committee. That's Beverly Dixon. And, and one reappointment to the Juvenile Crime Prevention of Kathy Hart. Second by Commissioner Brown. All those in favor? Did I miss any? We've got, I don't believe we, did, Ms. Buff, don't we have to appoint someone for the North Carolina Association of County Commissioners? It's somewhere else?
It's the next item.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, I see it now.
Well, I'll nominate Mr. Carpenter if he's planning on going.
No.
All right.
Anybody has a competition for that? All those in favor? Thank you. Okay, report of the commissioner's report. Commissioner Fraley?
I have none, Mr. Chairman.
Brown?
None at this time, Mr. Chairman.
Price?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Attended the DHHS meeting this month. One item I'd like to bring forth was that we are undertaking a strategic planning process, and this will be the first strategic plan that the Consolidated Board has undertaken. The selection committee has been made to start the planning process, and meetings will be scheduled forthcoming starting in August. Any commissioner that would like to be considered to be at the meetings, I'm sure Mr. Dobbins will get the notice out to you. Also, it is a 5-10-year plan, and it is a new beginning for the board. It's our first consolidated plan, so any commissioner that has an idea for a plan in the future, what you'd like that board to see and do, please get in touch with, let your plan be known to Mr. Dobbins or myself, which I can bring up to the selection committee. Also at that meeting, we were given new data on lapsed salaries, and through the end of May, the social service department had $806,000 in lapsed salary, and the public health side had a lapsed salary of $757,556, and we continued some progress was made on reducing the number of vacancies in both divisions, but we still have a very good number of vacancies as of the end of May. Also, they have a new public information officer who just started, and I'm sure you'll be seeing some emails forthcoming from her and in the press. So that's all. That was the highlights of the meeting, and look forward to the planning process. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Commissioner Price. Mr. Williams?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Two quick things. The first thing is I, along with several of the commissioners, attended the NACO conference, and we got some really good information there. We're looking forward to sharing that with some of our directors and the county manager and some of the other commissioners. I think we found some good innovative ways we can take a look at being a little more efficient in some of the things that we do. Also participating in some breakout sessions, and Commissioner Carpenter, I guess, was involved in a lot of the transportation things. So a very productive time, and I think we got a lot out of it, and look forward to actually making that available and hopefully seeing some action on some of the stuff in the very near future. The other thing, the hospital is looking at breaking ground the end of August on the pediatric ED, which is going to be extremely exciting to get that going. Anytime you see new development, new building, people are excited about that, and once that gets done, that's going to take a lot of pressure off the ED and really make it a lot more comfortable for people to bring their kids to the hospital for the ED, to have that separate unit for them. Also, the Mount Holly ED is going to be opening up, so we're really trying to find some ways to cut down on ER wait times and just make things more efficient at the hospital. So we're really excited about that. That'll be coming the end of August, and we'll probably get a notice on that if anybody wants to attend. So thank you.
And ED is the emergency room. That's what we always call it.
That's right, emergency department, emergency room, yes,
It's called
sir.
the emergency department now. Commissioner Kiger?
Not at this time.
Okay, and I think I will pass on mine. Commissioner Williams reported that some of us were at the NACO conference and had a very good conference with a lot of good information shared there, so appreciate it. At this time, I understand that Mr. Is it Fuller? Foster has come in, and he didn't get to speak during the public comment time, citizen comment time. I'd like to just suspend the rules if there's no objection and have him come up and state his case. No objection. Mr. Foster, if you would, yeah, under the public comment.
Citizen recognition.
Mr. Foster, if you would, just state your name and address for the record.
Floyd Foster, 4190 East Highway 27, Iron Station, North Carolina, 28080.
Okay.
Good evening, Commissioners, County Manager Mathers, County Attorney. My name is Floyd Foster, and I own and operate FTS Transportation. I'm a small business owner, and for the last 9 months, I've been a subcontractor for Gaston Assets Transportation. During that time, it's been a privilege for me to serve the people of Gaston County. I'm here tonight just to brief you on my company and myself. I know every day that I drive for a purpose, and that is to make sure that my clients get to and back safe and sound. It's not a day that I drive or every other day that a client will say to me, well, Floyd, don't you get tired of driving? And my answer is no, because I really don't get tired of driving. I haven't gotten tired of driving. I enjoy the friendship and the camaraderie that I make with my clients. It's a family-oriented type business. I want them to feel safe with me and to be assured that I'm going to get them to and from safely. I built a lot of friendships in this business with my clients. I attend baseball games of some of my clients' kids. I've been to Mount Holly to a baseball game. I've been to Kings Mountain to Coach Toby's basketball team, soccer. So I've built a lot of relationships with my clients, and I want them to feel comfortable with me. I have a fleet of about 4 vehicles. In the process, and during this term that I've been servicing the county, one day I received a phone call from the assistant, well, actually it was the interim director of Access, and she said that there were some problems and some concerns about my insurance. Well, at that time, I called my insurance agent because I'm aware of the liability to you, to Gaston County, and to my business as well. And I go about my business in a very professional manner. So I made the contact with that person, after which I talked to a gentleman by the name of Mr. Holder, which was the assistant county manager. Mr. Holder asked me if I could get proof of insurance to him, and yes, proof of insurance to him, and also a letter of explanation why this occurred. Well, I wasn't aware that this had occurred. Like I said, I understand the liability, responsibilities, and all that fall on Gaston County and myself as well. So I contacted the agency, and the agency provided a letter. The letter that they provided to Mr. Holder was on 6/17. It came back saying, and he replied back saying, concerning FTS transport policies, the number, there was a miscommunication on our agency's part of informing the finance company of an address change. Well, after talking with Mr. Holder about the situation, Mr. Holder asked me to go ahead and get my insurance verified, which they did. They sent it back. The agency sent it back to Mr. Holder, along with the letter of explanation. And I guess maybe in a couple of days, I was reinstated to transport. I started transporting. At that time, I was also told that my contract was going to be renewed and that there were some changes going on in the county where I think the Department of Health and Human Services were going to be doing some things with transportation now. But they were going to extend my contract for 30 days, for a 30-day period until they had all that put in place. I said, fine. So I was to go by the office of it off of Mooney Drive and sign my contract. Well, one evening I was in Shelby, North Carolina, with clients at the YMCA, picking up a client, and I got a call. I received a call from Mr. Mathers, county manager, and when he called me, he said, "Mr. Foster, we have decided not to renew your contract." At first, as I said to Mr. Mathers, I said, well, "Are you serious?" Because I didn't know it was. He said it was the county manager, and I was like, "Really?" I said, "Well, why not?" Because they just told me they were going to renew my contract, and I'm supposed to go to the office to sign it that Friday. So he says, "Well, I wasn't really sure about what happened with the letter, the explanation that the agency provided to us. So this is my livelihood." And I said to Mr. Mathers, I said, "Mr. Mathers," I said, "listen," I said, "what is it that you don't understand, and what can I do? Because if you tell me what you don't understand, I'm going to take it back to this insurance agent, to the insurance agent, and they're going to have to answer every one of these questions that you don't understand." So he told me the questions that he had concerns about. I wrote them down, and I not only called the agent, I got in my car the next day and I drove to Asheville, North Carolina, and I told them I needed to speak to the head guy, and I sat down there and waited about 45 minutes till he came out, and I told him what was going on. I said, "You guys have put me in a bad situation here." I said, "because I'm not my contract is in jeopardy now, and I'm not able to operate because of what has happened with my policy with you all." So he answered the questions. He sent a letter back he sent a letter back to me, and it stated that the letter stated, "To whom it may concern, I'm writing this correspondence in regards to Floyd Foster, FTS Transport, due to the miscommunication with our agency and the finance company that services FTS Transport. Mr. Foster did not receive invoices or cancellation notice. Mr. Foster did not request policies be canceled and was in good standings at the time of address change. There have not been any issues, co-claims with FTS Transport. When the oversight was recognized, FTS Transport responded immediately, and we wrote the necessary policies. Mr. Foster has direct withdrawal set up with the finance company now. We are sorry for any inconvenience that may have affected the business operations to FTS Transport. Thank you, Tim Finkel." At that time, when Mr. Finkel sent me the correspondence back, I've been in contact with Mr. Mathers, who is a very nice guy. If I must say so myself, he's a very nice guy, and he's been very patient with me. And I talked to him the other day, and he suggested that I'll come to you guys and present this in front of the board, that's why I'm here right now. And as I said before, I've always conducted myself in a professional manner, and along with my business. And I realized that not only the responsibility goes to Gaston County, but also to my company, FTS. And I would never put my company nor the county at risk knowingly. So I'm standing before you tonight asking you to please reconsider and reinstate my contract for the upcoming year. I have memos here that I could pass out to everyone from the documentation and what transpired from the time I started speaking with Mr. Ponder about the situation. I also have a couple letters that I have obtained, and this from a couple of my clients, and it states, to whom it may concern, Mr. Foster Transportation Services had formerly been assigned transporter for my son Michael. I was extremely happy with the services they provided. His driver, Dusty, was very polite, courteous, and helpful. She was always efficient in contacting me personally if anything out of the norm happened to cause delays in transporting Michael. Foster Transportation was actually the only transportation company that has ever kept me informed. The other providers don't even bother to let you know anything. Having such a good relationship between families and transporters is extremely crucial, especially when Michael has such unique needs and having other children that have multiple needs also. I would love to have the opportunity to retain their services once again. I would also recommend others to utilize them while providing services for Michael. It allowed me to relax a little knowing that I could always depend on them. I truly appreciate everything that this transportation company did for my son and our family, and look forward to seeing them again soon. If you have any questions or any additional information, please feel free to contact me. Sincerely,
Okay.
Julie Gaston.
Mr. Foster?
Yes.
If you would, just share that information, give it to our clerk, and she'll share it, she'll distribute it to us. And, you know, we want to hear what you said, and I appreciate you coming and sharing with us. But if you could share that information, you know, with our clerk. Is it motion to receive that?
Second.
Motion and a second.
Okay.
Ed.
I have enough.
All in favor? Okay.
Okay. I have enough to pass around to each council.
You what?
I said I have enough to pass around to each one
Okay,
of
well,
the
just give them to the
commissioners.
clerk and
Okay.
she'll distribute to them.
Okay.
Okay, well, thanks for sharing that information with us.
Yes, sir. As I said, can I say one other thing?
Yeah.
Okay. As I said before, you know, I've always conducted myself in a professional manner with the county. I've never had any reprimands against my company. I've never had any problems with nothing ever has happened like this ever before. As the gentleman says, I've never been late making a payment. This was, I don't want to just say that, but this was something that was out of my control. But this is my livelihood, and that's why I'm here. You know, as I told Mr. Mathers, this is not, you know, I have an 18-year-old son that's getting ready to go to college in Maine, and I need to be able to pay some bills, and I'm hoping you guys will understand and judge the information and, you know, reinstate my company as a transportation provider.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sure. There was two other people that didn't get to sign up, and I believe it's Sylvia Broom.
I'm here.
Okay. You just come to the podium and state your name and address for the record, and please keep your comments to under 5 minutes.
Sylvia Broom. I reside at 401 East Washington Avenue, apartment 102, Bessemer City, North Carolina, zip code 28016. I'm here on behalf of the FTS services. I am one of the people that uses it in Bessemer City, and I like the services that I get from them. And my reasons for coming here to speak on behalf of him is because of the fact that Bessemer City doesn't have any type of transportation as far as bus-wise goes, and I don't have a driver's license or car. And he does, and he's the services that comes for Bessemer City, Kings Mountain, and Shelby. And I've always been on time for my appointments. I've always been picked up in an ample time, never had to wait or be questioned about it. And I would have really appreciated if you all would help him out with his contract and keep the services going for the people in Bessemer City, Kings Mountain, and Shelby, and so forth and so on. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And there's Chris Walker that had signed up. Is she here? Evidently not. So that concludes all of the citizen comment. Do we have a report from the county manager?
Yes, we do, Mr. Chairman.
All right.
I'll be brief. Just a couple of things I want to highlight this evening. You've received my somewhat detailed 4-page report in writing, but a couple of comments. One is, I'm just now completing 7 months with Gaston County, and I just want to tell you what a great pleasure it has been to serve with you and to work with a great organization and so many terrific people. I'm really proud of our organization, and I'm proud of this great community, and I see so much potential here. Just a couple things I'll touch on this evening. We are initiating the priority-based budgeting process, and so far that's going well, but it is going to entail a great deal of effort on the part of all of our departments. I'm also seeing a lot of signs of growth right now. The planning department has 6 development cases going on, and as we're well aware, particularly on the eastern side of the county, there's just so much activity, the potential for just large numbers of new homes and new subdivisions, and that kind of thing is certainly going to have a significant impact on both our services and our infrastructure. Lots of events going on right now in the parks and libraries and the museum. Several projects, I think, that show a lot of promise with EDC really are attractive, I think, and show a lot of potential for additional growth in Gaston County. So that's encouraging, and that we certainly can use additional jobs. I wanted to mention as well the article that was in the Charlotte Observer just about a week ago that indicates that our animal control with Gaston County has the lowest euthanasia rate in the 9-county region. I think that's pretty impressive, and the numbers year to date indicate that we're going to improve upon that. We're doing a lot of activities in streamlining, and I think it's especially noteworthy in DHHS. Some of the activities that they've been performing, such as the drop-off center for clients and the self-help resource center. We're envisioning some of the same kinds of things in building inspections that will make it easier for the public, I think, to engage in Gaston County services, and certainly has the potential to save us money by doing things in a more efficient way. One last thing that I'll mention is in association with the Information Technology Department, but as you know, we have a new director in that department, Jeff Britton, and he conceived the idea of having an innovations team for Gaston County, and we had our first meeting, and that shows a great deal of promise in terms of identifying other ways that we can more effectively serve the public in Gaston County. So that concludes my report this evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mathers. And does our county attorney have any?
No report, Mr. Chairman. Thanks.
Have a good weekend.
Well, in a few days, have a good weekend. Don't start tomorrow.
Okay. Okay. Before we close, the Commissioner School of Excellence, the James S. Parsons School of Excellence, we gave certificates of completion, and they were presented to the students. And at this time, I would like to direct the clerk to set forth their names in the minutes so that would be recorded. So, is there anything else to come before this board, Mr. Kiger?
I just want to give a thank you and a job well done to the Parks and Recreation Department. Last Wednesday, they hosted the annual health fair, senior health fair, and it was a tremendous turnout. The center was just packed. I mean, they had probably 50 or 60 vendors, anything to do with health issues for seniors, and the staff did a tremendous job in handling that many people, and I just wanted to say thank you, even though they're not here. Hopefully, whoa, Kathy, you are here. I'm sorry. But anyhow, that's it. And I just have to ask the question, the gentleman that just spoke to us regarding the transportation, I know what it's like to go somewhere and ask and not get responses, and that part of the meeting we don't respond. But can we direct the manager to meet with him to follow up and take it to
I
the
think-
next step?
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
And that's what he's done. And as you know, we have for some time been considering redoing access, and I think we've already approved putting it at the health department. And so that's going on, and hopefully they can work through this and find some solution.
So, thank you.
Chris, are you wanting to say something? Are you wanting to say something about that at all, or to address that? I thought you raised your hand, that's why I wanted to do it.
Other than the point that we're looking at all of access right now, we're doing a total review of all of the division. One of the things that we are very interested in looking at is putting together an RFP that allows for multiple vendors to apply for the service. But we want a request for proposal that addresses all the legal concerns and all the requirements, as well as puts together a very well-defined application process meeting the minimum requirements of insurance, liability, and basically a performance-based entity that meets those qualifications. Still under review. Our goal is to have it out within 60 days, that anybody can apply. Certainly the company that was addressed earlier tonight would fall into that category if they meet those requirements. And it's a review process at this point.
Okay. Thank you, Chris.
Yes, sir.
Nothing else. This concludes our meeting for tonight, and our next work session will be August the 12th. Our next regular meeting will be August the 26th, 2014 at 6 p.m. here at the Harley B. Gaston Public Forum at the courthouse. Thank you for watching, and if you have any questions or comments, please telephone our clerk, Ms. Donna Buff, at 704-866-3196 and share them. Good evening, and this will conclude our meeting.